Hello, everybody. We're back at it. Chapter 10. There's so many more relevant things in here that I just want to talk about. But first, and you know what? I think that this is actually going to completely change my energy. So by the end, I'll be fine. And I want to get this down, but I'm feeling that low feeling that I have felt before. And I actually went to urgent care earlier this year because I was feeling like this. Very fatigued, very low, very tired, unfocused, unmotivated, so sluggish. Like, I don't want to do anything at all, and it's like a little bit scary. Because I'm usually very motivated, very energized, all the things. And I felt this for like a week earlier this year. I went to urgent care and the guy at the doctor was like, I think you should talk to someone. This sounds like it's in your head. And I was like, I'm good. And he was like, are there any major life changes that have just happened? And I thought, no, but I had actually just moved and like all these things happened. So, long story short, he had a point. And I think it was something like depression, anxiety, big life events going on, thinking too much, all the things. Anyway, I'm feeling that today and yesterday and the day before, and there actually are things going on, so I'm sure that's why. But this is something that usually brings me energy, so we're here, and this chapter was pretty relevant on fame, competition, and what else? Something else. But fame and competition were really good. Dangers of the trail. So this is recovering a sense of protection. And yeah, I just want to, per usual, just going to give you the highlights. Blocks is the last one. That's a freaking good one. Okay, because I've heard that in manifesting too. All right, we're getting started. We're getting into this. Okay, so blocks are crazy. So you can be blocked by a bunch of things. Blocks for manifesting and also blocks for creativity. So creativity is energy flowing through us, shaped by us like light flowing through a crystal prism. When we are clear about who we are and what we are doing, the energy flows freely and we experience no strain. When we resist what that energy might show us or where it might take us, we often experience a shaky, out of control feeling. Every creative person has a myriad ways, has myriad ways to block creativity. Each of us favors one or two ways particularly toxic to us because they block us so effectively. For some people, food is a creativity issue. Eating sugar or fats or certain carbs may leave them feeling dulled, hungover, unable to focus, blurry. They used food to block energy and change. Yeah. Because it says like you feel like you're going too fast and God knows where, and then you reach for food. And then your system clogs. And yeah. And alcohol can be a block, or obsession with painful love places creative choice outside their hands. Reaching for the painful thought, they become instant victims rather than feel their own considerable power. Okay, so this obsessive thought with whatever problem you're creating for yourself, I can get stuck on dating or food. I create problems and I'm focusing on that and obsessing about that and overthinking and ruminating and thinking about that instead of It says this obsessive thought drowns out the little voice that suggests rearranging the living room, taking a pottery class, trying a new top on that story that's stymied. Okay, whatever that means. I think like rewriting something. The minute a creative thought raises its head, it is lopped off by the obsession with which blocks fear and prevents risk. Going out dancing, redoing the whole play with an inner city theme. If only he or she would love me. So much for West Side Story. Yeah. Basically abusing things outside of yourself and creating problems and stuff instead of like just flowing, being, and like trusting that you're going where you're supposed to be. Going. Oh my gosh, this makes me so happy because, again, like, this is the first time in my entire life that I've had something to channel my energy in that is never ending, I think. Like, I love having really big goals, and, like, it's easy for me to, like, take care of myself and, like, channel energy into, like, all the steps I took to move to San Diego, for example, or, like, to move out for the first time or to plan a trip. But when I don't have that goal, I kind of like, I think I sit in anxiety more, for example. Like, I mean, we'll see how I feel at the end of this video, but I'm already kind of hyping myself up. The fact that I'm, I don't know, making this video instead of sitting in this low feeling that I've been feeling all day. Anyway, yeah, I have so many half-baked thoughts. Did I tell you? I did a TikTok on this, but there are 4 different, okay, yeah, I am a little bit tired. I don't know why. Okay, but there are 4 different, let's look, Pioneer, Integrator, Deloitte is what I search. And then I find this thing, if you want to look it up. So the way that I work, like, I am a pioneer and a driver. There are like 4 different kinds of people or in a team, or like ways that you can work, and you might be a combination of them. And you know how I have so many half-baked thoughts and ideas and stuff? That is my pioneer side of me. So I am very, when I'm that, like, all these half-baked thoughts, like, let's go, like, all these ideas, brainstorming, that's this pioneer that's outgoing, detail averse. So I'm not caught in the details. I'm like, big ideas and like not narrowing down. Spontaneous, risk-seeking, adaptable, and imaginative. And then the driver in me, I'm like such a combo. So the driver in me is focused, experimental, deeply curious, and the combination of those 2 embraces risks, decides quickly, brush off mistakes, call the shots, try it out. Like, that is what I'm doing with all of this content. This is like super interesting to me. And then this Guardian, I am not doing this with this content. That's the very structured, detail-oriented, reserved, and methodical person. And then there's this Integrator, diplomatic, empathetic, traditional, relationship-oriented, intrinsically motivated. And then the combo of those 2. I mean, there's combinations of all 4. So look into this on your own time, but I just want to say it's like very validating knowing that that's my pioneer. Like, I thought about, oh, I should make this video, and then I'm starting it right now. Like, that's my pioneer and my driver. Like, oh, a half-baked idea, let's freaking go. So just another video of me not planning anything but going through my book. And like I said in my first video, this is like if you're sitting on my couch. This is the energy and like who you would get. And yeah, we don't know where we're going with this, but there's some really good content in here. Okay. And yeah, going back to, I'm excited to be channeling my anxiety and like transforming it into something, and it talks about that soon, I think. I have stuff that like I star and everything. Oh my gosh. So mix and match is a common recipe for using blocks. Use one, add another, mix in a third, wear yourself out. The object of all this blocking is to alleviate fear. We turn to our drug of choice to block our creativity whenever we experience the anxiety of our own inner emptiness. Been there a million times. Oh my gosh. Feeling my inner emptiness. Eek. It is always fear, often disguised, but always there, that leads us into grabbing for a block. Usually, we experience the choice to block as a coincidence. Oh my gosh, yeah. Like, oh, she just happened to call, or he happened to text. I felt hungry and there was some ice cream. He dropped by it. Oh my gosh. He dropped by with some killer dope. Okay, my friend was talking about, like, this is like a book for like artists, like musicians, like, that's hilarious. So some stuff in here is just funny. Like, it talks about if you're friends with a lot of like tornadoes, like people who just like ruin your life. And thank goodness I can't relate, but hey, I don't know. It just funny. Usually I'm not reading things like for that audience, but luckily I don't have people dropping by with some killer dope. The choice to block is a creative U-turn. We turn back on ourselves. Yeah, you don't want to stop the block basically because it's working. Rather than trust our intuition, our talent, our skill, our desire, we fear where our creator is taking us with this creativity. Rather than paint, write, dance, audition, and see where it takes us, we pick up a block. Blocked, we know who and what we are, unhappy people. Unblocked, we may be something much more threatening, happy. Yeah. Oh, okay, this is key. Over time, we will try, perhaps slowly at first and erratically, to ride out the anxiety and see where we emerge. Anxiety is fuel. We can use it to write with, paint with, and work with. If you have anxiety, read this book. So then it says, when you feel anxious, try using the anxiety. Then you'll feel, I just did it. I didn't block. I used the anxiety and moved ahead. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Hey, that's literally me right now. Oh my gosh. Okay. Then it talks about workaholism, which I don't really relate to. But it says if people are too busy to write the morning pages or too busy to take an artist date, they are probably too busy to hear the voice of their authentic creative urges. I love this. It's like if you're too busy to work out or too busy to meditate, like you need it the most. That kind of concept. The truth is we are very often working to avoid ourselves, our spouses, and our real feelings. Lots about workaholism. And then drought is next. In any creative life, there are dry seasons. They appear from nowhere and stretch to the horizon like a Death Valley vista. Life, this is me too this week. What the heck? This is crazy. Life loses its sweetness. Our work feels mechanical, empty, and forced. Okay, that was kind of me. And because I have not been wanting to write my morning pages, like they are a struggle right now. But last week and for a while before then, they were very grounding. Loved it. But this week it's very hard. During a drought, the mere act of showing up on the page, like the act of walking through a trackless desert, requires one footfall after another to no apparent point. What's the use? What do you expect? Like all these thoughts. Yeah, some good stuff in here. And then it says to write is to write things, like to change things. Sooner or later, always later than we like, our pages will bring things right. R-I-G-H-T. A path will emerge. An insight will be a landmark that shows the way out of the wilderness. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. Fame is next. And so I'm building this brand on social media, and I'm finding this week, like, myself get a little bit caught up in the numbers of it all, just being a little bit more aware than I'd like of the subscribers, the views of my own things, and then my friends and other people who are posting as well. And it, like, I have this desire now, like, or I'm just like thinking, like, I want to go viral, or what if I did go viral, which is all the fame. And also I'm like, man, I've been doing this for a bit, and I, like, don't have as many views as the people I'm comparing myself to. So this was good for me. Fame encourages us to believe that if it hasn't happened yet, it won't happen. So yeah, that's how I've been feeling, like, a little bit. Like, yeah. Fame is not the same thing as success, and in our true souls, we know that. Like, that's not really what I'm going for, and I know that. We know and have felt success at the end of a good day's work, but fame, it is addictive, and it always leaves us hungry. Yeah. Fame is a spiritual drug. It is often a byproduct of our artistic work, but like nuclear waste, it can be a very dangerous byproduct. Fame, the desire to attain it, the desire to hold on to it, can produce the how am I doing syndrome. The question is not, is the work going well? The question is, how does it look to them? Yeah, this is such a good reminder. The point of the work is the work. Fame interferes with that perception. Instead of being about acting, it becomes about being a famous actor. Instead of writing being about writing, it becomes about being recognized, not just published. Yeah, a lot of this I was like, ugh, lots of exclamation points. We all like credit where credit's due, and we don't always get it, but you'll always feel a continual feeling of lack if you focus on fame. So in the long run, fan letters from ourselves and our creative self are what we are really after. Fame is really a shortcut for self-approval. Try approving of yourself just as you are and spoiling yourself rotten with small kids' pleasures. So, yeah, I mean, I get that idea. Like, I want the fame so that I feel like I'm doing a good job. So I can just like tell myself, like, you're doing a good job. Yeah. And yeah, we're really just scared that without fame, we won't be loved. The solution is concrete, small, loving actions. We must actively, consciously, consistently, and creatively nurture our artist selves. When the fame drug hits, go to your easel, your typewriter, your camera, or clay. Okay, that sounds like a line out of a children's book. I really like that. I'm going to say that again. I'm just having fun reading this. When the fame drug hits, go to your easel, your typewriter, your camera, or clay. Wow, this makes me want to write a children's book version of this with some of the good points. Pick up the tools of your work and begin to just do a little creative play. Soon, very soon, the fame drug should start to lessen its hold. The only cure for a fame drug is creative endeavor. Only when we are joyfully creative can we release the obsession with others and how they are doing. Yeah. And then I like this quote, real learning comes about when the competitive spirit has ceased. LOL. This is hilarious. Coming up, like, I'm like, haha, LOL, and then yay. So let's see what I had to say. About competition. You pick up a magazine, even your alumni news, and somebody you know has gone further, faster towards your dream. Instead of saying, That proves it can be done. Your fear will say, he or she will succeed instead of me. Competition is another spiritual drug. When we focus on competition, we poison our own well, impede our own progress. Yeah, it's like the swim team thing. Like if you look at someone else's lane, you have to just stay in your lane. Don't be looking at where other people are, or you're going to be behind. Why do I have such rotten luck? Why did he get his movie out before I got mine out? Is it because of sexism? What's the use? What do I have to offer? Like all these like questions like that. We often ask these questions as we try to talk ourselves out of creating. Questions like these allow us to ignore more useful questions. Did I work on my play today? Did I make the deadline to mail it off where it needed to go? Have I done any networking on its behalf? We make excuses. Competition lies at the root of much creative blockage. As artists, we must go within. We must attend to what it is our inner guidance is nudging us towards. We cannot afford to worry about what is in or out. If it's too early or late for a piece of work, its time will come again. Okay, love this. Like, you don't have to worry about like trends or what's in and out. Like, just show up, be you. Yeah, it says this compare and contrast school of thinking may have its place for critics, but not artists in the act of creation. Let the critics spot trends. Let reviewers concern themselves with what is in and what is not. Let us concern ourselves first and foremost with what is within us that is struggling to be born. Yeah. Good stuff. This quote I really like. Only when he no longer knows what he is doing does the painter do good things. Whenever you are angered about someone else beating you out, remember this. The foot race mentality is always the ego's demand to be not just good, but also first and best. It is the ego's demand that our work be totally original, as if such a thing were possible. All work is influenced by other work. All people are influenced by other people. No man is an island, and no piece of work is a continent unto itself. This is so good. If the demand to be original still troubles you, remember this. Each of us is our own country, an interesting place to visit. It is an accurate mapping of our own creative interests that invites the term original. We are the origin of our art, its homeland. Viewed this way, originality is the process of remaining true to ourselves. Okay, I'm watching these how to make like businesses too, like successful businesses as a solopreneur. This, yeah. And I should find the name of it. Starter Story Build. Crazy cool YouTube. But I just watched a bunch of videos of like no business idea is original. Like, and if it's already been done, it's probably a good sign and you should do it and you could make a lot of money off of it. Like, don't focus on being original. Focus on doing something that you're interested in and that you like have a desire to do and solve and whatever. A competitive focus encourages snap judgments. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Oh my gosh. Yeah, sometimes I see my friends post stuff and I'm like, meh, horrible in my head. Like, what the heck? That's horrible. It's the competitive focus. Does this project deserve to live? No, our ego will say if it's looking for that fail-safe, surefire project that is a winner at a glance and for good. Many hits are sure things, only in retrospect. Until we know better, we call a great many creative swans ugly ducklings. Okay, I think that this is for yourself and for other people. We judge them like beauty pageant contestants. In a glance, we may cut them down. We forget that not all babies are born beautiful, so we abort the lives of the awkward or unseemly projects that may be our finest work. Out best creative ugly ducklings. An act of art needs time to mature. Judged early, it may be judged incorrectly. That's a line to all my haters. Yeah. This is a crazy process. This is what I call finding my voice. No, I don't know. Oh, here's another line for you. Never ever judge a fledgling piece of work too quickly. Be willing to paint or write badly while your ego yelps resistance. Okay, yeah. Okay, this is why I'm doing this freaking book at the same time, because it's like, please go out there, create, be horrible. It's fine. Like, love that. Need these reminders every single day. Oh yeah, this is where I saw. Your bad writing may be the syntactical breakdown necessary for a shift in your style. Your lousy painting may be pointing you in a new direction. Art needs time to incubate, to sprawl a little, to be ungainly and mishappen. A lot of big and good words in here. Misshapen, ungainly and misshapen, and finally emerge as itself. The ego hates this fact. The ego wants instant gratification and the addictive hit of an acknowledged win. Been there before. The need to win now is a need to win approval from others. As an antidote, we must learn to approve of ourselves. Showing up for the work is the win that matters. Oh yeah, amazing. Yeah, showing up to do the work is the win that matters. Okay, this is amazing. I think that is all for today on The Artist Way. This is super exciting for me. I want to put some of this stuff on TikTok and Instagram because it is too good for me to not remember later, and to share with more people who might not be reading this whole book. Like, this is so freaking exciting. Love these topics. Super glad I'm doing this. At the same time that I'm creating a brand on social media, putting myself out there, practicing all these things, starting to wrap my head around like, I'm a creative, I'm an artist, I'm an entrepreneur. We're going somewhere. And I'm so glad you're here for this journey. To follow along, come with me, hop on this Artist Way train, or just listen to these videos when I talk about it. But yeah, I will see you so soon. Oh, before I freaking leave, let me stand up and let me tell you that I cannot believe that I don't actually feel that low right now. Let's keep going up. I have a standing desk. How is that for changing my state? How's that for changing my state? Like, this is my journal, except for I'm sharing it with you, and you can see how I get myself out of a funk by creating and sharing and teaching, all things I love. I also like reading out loud. So I will see you next time.